This is five things I wish that I would have done different in my 20s. Now I'm 40, going on 41, and my life could have been so much further ahead if I would have understood these things. Number one, most people aren't very intelligent when it comes to finances. You will get in your lifetime so much advice, right, from people that are terrible with money, that have no idea what to do with their finances whatsoever, and it will destroy you. Next lesson, number two. You need to seriously learn the ins and outs of money and investing and how to do it. Take this seriously, right? You can work at McDonald's or a low paying job, invest the right way, and still retire by 35, 40 if you was actually invested. I've seen coins in crypto that have done 100x's. If you put 1,000 into that, that would have made turned into 100,000. And you're not taught about these things. And the reason why you're not taught about these things is because they don't want you to know these things. I've been doing this now for around 2 years, and it's completely changed my life for the better. I turned like a 15 grand portfolio to a 30 grand portfolio. I've turned a 30 grand portfolio to a 60 grand portfolio. I've turned a 60 grand portfolio, and you will always do well. You will never regret learning how to invest your money. That's number three. Learn what money is used for. A lot of people think money is to spend, but what is money to be spent on? If you're just spending money on liabilities, car, going out, partying, you're going to have none, because those things don't bring back income. But if you're spending your money on stocks, shares, crypto, land, maybe storage containers, things that can actually bring your money back, you will start building passive reoccurring income and bring that in to yourself. And then you could just quit, right, at a decent age instead of working till death. Lesson number four, one of the most important lessons I could probably say as well, is most people you shouldn't be around. It's crazy to say, but most people will damage you. Like in normal modern day, so like me, I grew up in a council estate, right? So I haven't grown up around rich people. I haven't grown up about people who know about businesses and people who can give great advice. I've had to go to the internet and get all my advice. But when I reflected back on my life, there are certain people that I should have cut out. And some of them are the closest people to me. Like, for example, my parents. My parents were. Your parents are the main reason why you turn out the way you are. If you fail, I was tired of failing and started looking at my limiting beliefs. And one of the things I'll never forget that my mum always told me, she says, I will never own a house. So I used to think that owning a house wasn't plausible because of how she said it. And it really damaged me financially. So even now, like, I have to take on so much of her financial responsibilities because of her lack of understanding and knowledge, because she can't be bothered to do it. Invest in Bitcoin. I don't understand it. So you do it for me. So it gives me the money and I have to do it. Those are the sort of people you don't want into your life because they don't bring nothing. They don't bring you any value. They just take, 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 and you end up getting drained. Relationships, when it comes to relationships, this is for all men. I have to be honest with you. 9 out of 10 women aren't worth it. You have to start putting yourself first. The main things that a man should do when he's in a relationship: one, have his own emergency fund. What this is for, right? This is for if you made a dumb decision and you gave up your house or whatever and moved in with her, and then the relationship splits, and then you need to get your own house. Two, if you have children, the relationship splits, and then she stops from seeing the kids. You need money to go and see those kids. You need money to go straight to court, get the papers, get a solicitor, do whatever, right? Number three, if you're going through a divorce, what you're going to need to do is start learning how to hide your assets, right? But these are people don't talk about relationships in this way, and when most men finish a relationship, what will happen is they are the ones that have to move out. So if you've built a home, a house, or you live in a council house or government assisted housing, right? And her name's on the rent book and yours isn't, or whatever. When you argue, get out of my house. When you split up, you got to leave. You should never ever ever live with a woman. You should never ever ever live with a woman. Never. Learn, like, have your, if you want to have a house with her, have a house, but then hopefully try and get another place for you to stay if it goes tits up. I'm not saying it has to be a house. I'm saying it could be a 1 bedroom small poxy flat. It could be a storage container you converted into a tiny house. Whatever it is, have somewhere to put your head if shit goes awry. The next one is always spend as much time smiling as possible. Seriously, what I mean by that is life is too short. A lot of us end up saying that we're depressed and we're this and we're that, and the reason why is because we don't actually take the time out to enjoy ourselves. And when I mean to enjoy ourselves, I mean with the specific goal of laughter. That's what I do every day. Every day for at least 10-15 minutes, I will watch Dave Chappelle because I find him to be the most funniest comedian on the planet. I will watch Dave Chappelle because I want to laugh because he makes me feel good. Doing that will definitely help you. The next tip, if you're eating so much junk food in your 20s, please stop. Please stop. Make sure you're getting all of your right nutrients, fruit, veg, you're training, you're doing whatever you're supposed to do. My chest now, because of smoking and everything, is horrendous. It's horrendous, and I wish I'd never even started it. But when I look at me now, what am I supposed to do? You can't turn back the clock, so it's best that you just never start. I would probably say they're the most important tips. Oh, learning about debt. That's another one. Learning about debt and how to use debt and how to structure your finance and how to live the lowest means possible. Because what I'm saying to you is this: if you can live through the lowest means possible, let's say you had a crappy job at McDonald's. I'm just going to throw out some random low figures here, and you earned £10,000 a year, right? And you stayed at your mum's or your parents', and you was literally just investing the 5,000 and then using another 5,000 to live off, right? And then that 10x is in a year. You've made yourself 50 grand. It's really, really important that you learn how to do this, because what school has done, if you've just been at school just learning the bare minimum foolishness, right? Your mind has been institutionalized. Literally, your mind has been institutionalized. All you're going to be able to do is just sit there and just take orders or do what the man wants. And what the man wants to do isn't going to help you. Isn't going to help you. Like, it will help you in terms of how you use the resources he gives you. Like, if you get paid, and like I say, you go spend it on assets. But if not, learning how to be confident in yourself is another one. Learning how to dress correctly, learning how to look correctly, learning how to speak correctly. And here is a huge, huge one. I wish I wouldn't have idolized idiots. What we tend to do in our early 20s, teens, sometimes even into our 30s, is idolize idiots. This is why when we look at Kamala Harris, she went and got Beyonce. She went and got Megan Thee Stallion. She went and got these idiots that people idolize. They don't have a lot of smarts. They don't know anything. They live a completely different life to you, but people idolize them and influence them. And so many people look at these bad influences like Sexy Red, the ginger girl with the awful rapper. She's pretty much out of the scene, and got Ice Spice. That's it, Ice Spice. Polo G, Aiden Ross, Kai Cenat. Just look at these people. Do you think you could sit down and have an intelligent conversation? Or do you think they would be trying to get some sort of content from you? We idolize the wrong people. I mean, Asmongold's a man that looks like he hasn't cleaned his room in decades. But yet that man is one of the most famous speakers on video games around. It's crazy. Don't get influenced by the wrong people. I'm not saying Asmongold's like a bad person or a wrong person, but you see what I'm saying. Like, why is he more famous than why is he more known than say Thomas Sowell? And if I was to have if you said to me who I'm going to have a conversation with, would it be the smartest black person ever known in history, or some guy that doesn't clean his room and plays games all day? you know. So yeah, they're my top tips for things I would change, if I could. You know, if I could start again, the first thing I would start doing is investing. The second thing I would have done was avoid the majority of women, because understanding that 99% of women will not bring you value in your life is so important. So important. Women really do suck the life out of you and your finances and leave you in a worse state off. What you have to bear in mind, because the reason why I'm on this topic so much is not hatred, it's just statistics. If 51% of all marriages end in divorce, right, which is what happens. So you're walking into a situation putting everything on a bet that goes against your odds, because 51% of all marriages end in divorce. So more marriages end in divorce than not, right? Then on top of that, who who goes for the divorces? Who's the one that actually applies? Well, 80% of the time, it's the woman. The woman. Because she can take half of your stuff. So if she's unhappy, she can just go and take half. And this happens even more when the women are earning more money. If the women earn more money than the men, they don't even see it normally as valuable when you look at the statistics and end up leaving trying to find somebody who earns more money than you do. I'm not saying it's bad, I'm not saying it's good, I'm just saying it's something that you as a man need to be aware of. You really do. You really, 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 really do. Because if somebody would have taught me this from when I was younger, my whole life would be different now. I had a woman take the piss out of me for a good 10 years, drained thousands and thousands and thousands of her finances, but I believed I was being a good man by sticking behind her. No, no, there are certain women out there, right? Most of them, I'm just going to be honest, right? You just have to ditch to the curb and carry on walking through your journey of life. So, yeah, hopefully this helps. So, donate to the channel, the link's in the description. Please like, share, and subscribe, and peace.